What if I told you that in 2025, Iraq is once again gearing up for a major shift in its currency system? A move that could redefine the nation's entire financial direction. That's right, the Central Bank of Iraq has revived serious talks about removing 4 zeros from the Iraqi dinar. For months, this topic has sparked heated debates among economists, investors, and ordinary citizens. Some call it a long overdue modernization step, while others worry it could stir confusion or speculation. But before you buy into any online buzz, let us examine the real facts behind this plan, what it means for Iraq's economy, global investors, and the future of the dinar. Stay with us until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll understand this story better than most financial analysts. So what exactly does it mean when a country decides to remove zeros from its currency? In simple terms, this process is called a currency redenomination. It doesn't mean the money suddenly becomes more valuable. It just means the numbers on the bills are reduced to make everyday transactions simpler. Imagine holding a 25,000 dinar note. If Iraq removes 4 zeros, that same note becomes a 2.5 dinar bill. The value remains identical. The math becomes cleaner and easier to use. Think of it like converting 100 pennies into a single dollar. The value stays the same, but counting and handling the money becomes much simpler. Now, why is this discussion resurfacing in 2025? The truth is, Iraq has been considering this move for well over a decade. The idea first gained traction in 2011, then again in 2015. But this time, the financial environment looks very different. With stronger digital banking, upgraded payment systems, and a push for economic reform, the central bank believes the timing might finally be right. Iraq's current currency still relies heavily on large notes like 25,000 or 50,000 dinars, an inconvenient system for everyday life. Redenomination would streamline transactions, modernize accounting, and make the entire system more efficient. To understand this plan better, we need to take a closer look at Iraq's current economic landscape. The country remains one of the world's top oil producers. It continues to face challenges like political uncertainty, slow reforms, and inflation pressures. The government has been pushing to stabilize prices, reduce dependence on cash, and expand digital payments. In 2025, Iraq is also seeking more foreign investment and renewed confidence in its currency. If executed properly, redenomination could serve as a cornerstone for this renewed trust and stability. The primary goal behind removing zeros isn't to create sudden wealth. It's to restore confidence in the national currency. When money carries too many zeros, it can psychologically weaken public trust in its value. By simplifying the currency, Iraq can make transactions easier for citizens, businesses, and foreign partners alike. It's both a psychological and operational reset. Prices will look smaller, accounting will be clearer, and trade can function more smoothly. But this process must be handled carefully to prevent confusion or misuse during the transition. Iraq wouldn't be the first to take this step. Turkey famously removed 6 zeros from its lira in 2005, before the change. Prices appeared in millions. Afterward, everything became simpler and more manageable. But here's the key detail. The value didn't increase overnight. The same logic applies to Iraq. Many other countries, including Brazil, Russia, and Argentina, have attempted redenominations as well. The difference between success and failure always comes down to execution. If Iraq manages it with precision, the dinar's credibility could grow stronger. If mishandled, it could spark confusion or mistrust. The Central Bank of Iraq has been very clear on one essential point. Removing zeros will not affect the exchange rate between the dinar and the US dollar. $1 will still buy. It's roughly the same amount of dinars before and after the redenomination. This is not a revaluation, it's a redenomination. The goal is administrative simplification, not instant profit. Many online groups confuse these two concepts, but the central bank insists this move will not make anyone rich overnight. It's about modernization, not speculation. For everyday Iraqis, this change could bring several advantages. It would make daily life simpler. Buying groceries, paying bills, or withdrawing cash would involve smaller, easier-to-read numbers. Counting systems would run more smoothly, and banks could operate with improved accuracy. Instead of carrying stacks of large notes, citizens could manage smaller denominations. Over time, this could make the economy more efficient, strengthen trust in the dinar, and help expand digital banking use nationwide. Of course, redenomination also comes with its own challenges. The government will need to print new currency, phase out old notes, update banking software, and train personnel. It must also educate the public thoroughly to prevent misinformation. During the transition, confusion or scams could easily arise, especially in rural regions where financial awareness is lower. That's why communication will be key. The central bank must run clear, nationwide campaigns to help people understand how the process works. Replacing a national currency is never cheap. Printing, design, distribution, and disposal all cost millions of dollars. Iraq must make sure the budget can support this project without hurting other economic priorities. It will also need to coordinate with global financial institutions to ensure a smooth flow of international transactions. Most experts agree that redenominations succeed best when inflation is stable and the economy is on firm ground. Two goals Iraq has been actively pursuing. Among global investors, this news has sparked both excitement and confusion. Some believe it could lead to a sudden revaluation, drastically increasing the dinar's worth against the dollar, but that's a misunderstanding. Removing zeros doesn't raise value. It only changes how it's displayed. If you currently hold 1 million dinars, you might end up with 100 new dinars after redenomination, but your actual value remains the same. Investors should rely on verified data and official policy updates, not internet hype or speculation. One of the most overlooked factors in any redenomination is psychology. Smaller, simpler numbers can create a sense of stability and confidence. A 2.5 dinar note feels more practical than a 25,000 dinar note. This shift can influence how people save, spend, and perceive their currency. For a country like Iraq, which has been working to reduce dependency on the US dollar, this could be a major step toward restoring national monetary confidence. The success of this plan will depend heavily on Iraq's political and institutional stability. Large-scale currency changes require tight coordination between the government, financial institutions, and international partners. Political uncertainty or reform delays could stall or derail progress. That SY experts emphasize the need for a calm and stable environment before rolling out any major financial transition. The central bank hasn't announced an exact launch date yet, but preparations are clearly underway. Unlike previous attempts, the 2025 redenomination effort benefits from a far more modern financial landscape. Iraq's banking systems are increasingly digital, and electronic payments have become more common. This digital infrastructure can make the shift much smoother than before. Updating systems and banking software will be faster, reducing confusion during the rollout. For international companies doing business in Iraq, the new dinar system would also make pricing, accounting, and trade much clearer. Historically, currency redenominations take between 1 and 3 years from announcement to full implementation. There's typically a transition period where both old and new notes circulate together, giving people time to adapt. During this phase, businesses must adjust pricing, banks must manage exchanges, and citizens must swap out their old notes. If Iraq begins this process soon, experts estimate completion could take until late 2026 or 2027, assuming political and logistical stability holds. For those holding Iraqi dinars, whether in Iraq or abroad, the advice is simple. Stay alert, stay realistic, and don't believe everything you read online. Redenomination doesn't create instant wealth. It merely replaces old currency with new at an equal value. Always rely on official updates from the Central Bank of Iraq or recognized financial sources, and steer clear of rumors or unverified insider claims. Currency investing carries real risks, and no redenomination guarantees profits. In the bigger picture, this move represents another step in Iraq's broader path toward reform and modernization. Beyond currency, Iraq is investing in infrastructure, diversifying beyond oil, and promoting new sectors like agriculture, technology, and tourism. Redenomination could help streamline those efforts by improving financial systems and restoring public trust. But remember, currency reform alone can't fix deeper economic issues. It's a tool, not a miracle solution. So as we move through 2025, Iraq's plan to remove 4 zeros from the dinar isn't just a rumor. It's a carefully considered step toward simplification and modernization. It's not a get-rich-quick event. It's a calculated policy to rebuild confidence in the national currency. While it won't make the dinar skyrocket overnight, it could very well lay the foundation for a stronger, more stable financial future. As always, stay informed, think critically, and follow verified updates. And if you found this report helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for reliable Iraqi dinar news, without hype, without rumors, and always with the truth.